Hey guys, today we will be designing 3 holes for a makeshift golf course that we've dubbed Critter Creek Golf and Country Club. We're going to be designing par 3, 4, and 5 and try and implement a strategic design, heroic design, and then a penal design. So for our first hole, we leave the clubhouse. And those are the tees, the men's tees, the white one, the blue one is the tips, red is the second easiest, and yellow is our easiest hole, or our easiest tees, sorry. So for us on this shot, overall it's 375 yards from the men's tees to the green. So if we take the shot, it's about 200 yards to that point right there. And as you can see with our contour lines, you can tell that this is a hill. So if you hit the shot properly, you'd hit the hill, which would be maintained so that it has some roll to it. And it would roll and hopefully end up on the landing spot right there, giving you an easy, about 170-yard shot at the green. So that's a strategic design. And actually, before we go further, I should explain the scale of the map. So when we were given this map, the photocopier made it larger than it should be. So as you can see, the scale is 1 inch equals 600 yards, or sorry, 600 feet. But as you can see, that's not the case. So what we did is we measured it, ended up being about 2.3 inches. So if 2.3 inches equals 600 feet, that converts to 261 feet for an inch on the actual map. So you convert that again to 87 yards, and for ease of numbers, 1.15 inches equals 100 yards. So that's how we designed all the lengths of the club. 375 yards just made sense as a sort of average number for a par 4. So anyway, on to the par 3 we have designed. So this one is more of a penal, has more of a penal nature to it, as when you take a shot, you have no choice but to cross the pond. So there's a guaranteed risk, and as you can see, there's a bunker right there and some trees surrounding it. So you definitely got to stick it on. It's about 150 yards from the men's tee to the center of the green. So as you can see, it's kind of, by our contour lines, it's kind of in the hills. So what we would do, we would carve that out mechanically, and we'd also have to dig the pond out. We'd actually use that material to create a sort of staircase or a way up to those tee boxes for some older members or for cart paths. Anyway, we don't want material leaving the site, as that costs money, so we're going to be working on that. This big tree here, we would remove it and plant a new one somewhere else on the course to maintain the integrity and be environmentally responsible and whatnot. So we move over to our par 5 600-yard hole. So from the men's tees, like I said, it's 600 yards. You can make a heroic shot on this one. It's about 260 if you cut the bank there onto the middle of the fairway, or about 217 to about where this arrow is. So if that's an average drive-ish, as you can see, if you can add that little bit of extra yardage and make that shot, it's definitely worth it, but if you don't, could be in a bit of trouble. So with these trees, this one here, we just move it over a little bit so it doesn't get in the way of a ball, but it's still in play, and that plays an integral role in the difficulty of the hole. So we take out some of these trees along here, but we'd plant them back over here. So the other thing you might notice is that I have written on here elevation, yardage, and the par of the hole. So for hole 1, our elevation is 245 yards. That was done basically by taking this and working down by our contour interval, which is 5 feet. So we take that thick line, call it 275, and work down by 5. As you can see, that's a hill. So 270, 265, and so on, and it comes down to 145 for this sort of valley area. Over here, for hole 2, our elevation was 250 feet. So we figured that out because it says 250 right on that same area, and there's no contour lines telling us that changed. So that's 250 feet. And as you can see, this one kind of works its way up back into the hills. So it ended up working out to around 270 feet in elevation. And basically, if you wanted to find the slope of the course or of any hole, you basically just count the contour intervals by 5 or whatever it is on your map, and then do a rise over run calculation. So how high it became between tee and green, and then how long the hole is. Of course, it has to be the same unit, so if you're doing it in feet, you have to measure the hole in feet as well. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope this helps.